I've just asked for all the information to be finalized for tomorrow.
The site where the president will give his speech is a vast arena. Site Advance Agent Lawrence Tucker and Supervisor Tom McCarthy go over the security plans.
We're looking at approximately between 13,000 and 14,000 people in here on the ground level and on up.
Only through the eyes of a Secret Service agent can an empty arena seem so ominous. A monster at 74,000 square feet. Where could the threat come from?
So where is that?
Assailants could slip in through any of the 130 entrances. Pose as a graduate in any of the 14,000 seats.
The mags are going to be set up on the far end?
The mags will be set up on this end, sir.
A sniper could hide in the catwalks above or in air ducts in the floor below.
5 or 6 posts up top and 2 on the catwalk.
Potted plants could conceal bombs. So could seat pads on the 850 chairs on the floor. The task is daunting.
Sounds good.
This is a pretty huge undertaking. You're going to have, over 13,000 people in this venue. Especially for a venue this size, you got to make sure that the whole outer perimeter is taken care of. Everybody has to be on the same sheet of music.
Agent Lawrence Tucker, or LT, must do everything in his power to ensure that this arena doesn't become the place where the president is attacked. LT is a member of the Presidential Protective Division, or PPD, a group of agents who have risen through the ranks and earned the assignment to protect the president. They stand at the president's shoulder. They are the shield. It's an honor, but a potentially deadly one. The area around the president is known in the business as the kill zone. To thwart an assassin, LT must think like an assassin. From the adjoining building, he and his team can get an aerial look at the arena and see where their plan is vulnerable.
We'll have someone just the other side of this tower watching those stairs that are coming down.
Right.
And then we'll have someone watching that loading dock, plus the 2 on the buildings that'll be able to see the whole area right there. That'll secure the arrival location pretty good.
Okay. Fine with me?
Okay.
Good.
Back at the command center, LT pinpoints and eliminates site threats. But protecting the president is far bigger than securing any one event. In Washington, a global threat analysis is always underway.
This is the threat on the president's life. He's dead, okay?
I want to blow up the White House and the Capitol building.
At headquarters, specialists assess the constant stream of threats made against the president. The Secret Service won't say how many threats are made, only that every threat is investigated.
Yes. If I'm woken up at 3:30 in the morning again, I'll assassinate President Clinton.
These recordings usually come from the agency's intelligence division, collected from calls into the White House, local police, and radio and television stations.
Well, most of the time the recordings come in, there's a lot of noise on it. So first we try and remove the noise as much as possible without damaging the voice.
And I'm going to blow up the president and I'm going to kill him. So you guys can have a fun time there because we're going to kill him.
Schwartz listens for features in the caller's voice, accent, dialect, or speech defects.
We're going to kill him.
Any nuance that may help to set the voice apart and identify it.
I want to blow up the White House and the Capitol building.
Who is threatening the president?
He's dead, okay?
The answer is never simple.
History has shown us that assassins come in all shapes and forms. We've had them from young men all the way to women that were grandmothers who have actually made attempts to assassinate our protectees. So every threat is taken very seriously.
Agents are also trained to distinguish between those that make threats and those who can carry them out.
We now teach our agents to look at how someone's organized or not. Do they have the capacity to travel? Do they have the capacity to obtain weapons?
We'll go through the questions several times. Keep your feet flat on the floor, eyes straight ahead.
If an agent thinks someone is dangerous, they may bring them in for questioning.
Did you write any of those threatening letters?
No.
Did you plan with anybody to kill the President of the United States?
No.
Virtually every letter contains some traceable clue.
We refer to ourselves as CSI without the commercials.
It's almost impossible to threaten the president in a letter and remain anonymous. Through an amazing array of techniques, the Secret Service will eventually hunt you down. The Forensic Information System for Handwriting, or FISH, is a database filled with thousands of threat letters. Each time a new letter comes in, it's scanned, analyzed, and compared with other letters to try and identify repeat offenders.
We received this threatening letter from the field, and it was a threat against President. And right now, Jacqueline is measuring it in FISH to compare it to all the other letters that we have in our FISH system.
The same letter will also be subjected to an intense fingerprint scan. Once a print is imported from the threat letter, a database searches the millions of prints to find the best matches. Fingerprints, palm prints, and even foot and toe prints. Even the ink and the paper can be traced. The Secret Service has the largest collection of inks in the world, nearly 8,000, dating from the turn of the century and collected from around the world. Chemical analysis of the paper can reveal how it was processed, even the kind of trees used to make it. This is the end of the line for the threat letter. Here, the procedure will ultimately destroy the evidence. The letter is put into a chemical bath, which reveals remnants of the author's DNA. The residue will turn a purplish color. Latent fingerprints and any grease or oils are now exposed. The clues gleaned from all the labs are combined to create a profile of a potential suspect.
We may not get a match in terms of an identity, but we're able to say that the letter written in Boston 2 years ago matches the one written in Phoenix that we just got in. So we know we have the same person appearing, and that's a great investigative lead for us.
Imminent threats are quickly relayed to field agents, like the team in Louisiana. Here, there are just 3 days to go before the president arrives. They've scouted the site. Now they refine their plan.
Good evening, everybody. Let's get this done. We're 3 days out before game day. Everybody should know where they need to be. Just remember all your paperwork and everything that needs to be turned in. We're going to go over some administrative stuff now, and then we'll key in on the technical stuff.
No one has ever been privy to the security plans of the Secret Service, and no one ever will. Protecting the president has always been difficult. In 2001, events conspired to dramatically increase the danger.
September 11th started as a pretty routine day for me. I got in about 7 o'clock, and I got a call from the duty desk, and they were briefing me that we were getting intelligence that there was a potential hijacking. So we activated the crisis center.
Deep inside headquarters in a top-secret room, managers and directors began to assess the nature of the hijacking.
The first plane hit, I believe, the north towers of the World Trade Center at about 8:45.
I thought and hoped that it was an accident, but when the second one hit, we knew that it wasn't.
To some agents, it seemed that someone was trying to decapitate the U.S. government.
We activated our continuity of government plan, and we deployed agents to locate and remain with anyone in the line of succession.
Secret Service protection now extended to the Speaker of the House, the President pro tempore of the Senate, and the Secretary of State.
One of the first things we do, obviously, is to locate all of our protectees from the president on down.
Not only for the president and the vice president, but for their families, for former presidents, for foreign dignitaries or heads of state who may be in this country. What's important for us is that we have a plan. If you don't have a plan, the game's over before you begin.
In a state of emergency, the Secret Service's plan is to get every protectee to a secure site.
We got calls that there appeared to be a plane headed for the White House. and we had immediately called the Vice President's detail.
There was no time for chit-chat, no time for, will you come with us?